What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up and y'all, it is game day, right? It is game day. Early game. Y'all know I don't like them noon games. But the Dallas Cowboys are going to kick off versus the Atlanta Falcons. And I think this is going to be a fun matchup, which we're going to dive into and break down here in a second. But, I was supposed to be in Atlanta and didn't make the trip right. But for the most part, we have to go out there and win this game, man. And we are definitely going to talk about the matchup, man. Salute to Jay Jones. He's at the tailgate. They're outside. So I see a bunch of Cowboys fans are out there in Atlanta going to represent. So y'all hold it down out there in ATL, man. But before we start, got to give a huge shout out to our sponsors in BetUS, man. Go to BetUS, use the code YouTube150 to get that bonus deposit. But let's talk about the hot topic button first, right? Let's talk about the hot topic button, Ezekiel Elliott, right? And that's what everybody wants to talk about is Zeke, right? Ezekiel Elliott, right? So let's approach this from two different ways, right? So let's go down the straight and narrow media path of everything that's been kind of outlined and laid out for us and talk about it that way. And then we're going to kind of talk about kind of things a little bit differently, right? So I'll say this, right? The news was reported yesterday, and I forgot the guy who actually broke the story, right? That Ezekiel Elliott was inactive and he will not travel. Now, when I was first tagged into it, I kind of ignored it because it's like I didn't know the guy. So it's like until I see Clarence or No C or Jane or somebody who I kind of trust, like report on it, I kind of just sit tight, right? But then it came out that it was for disciplinary reasons. I was like, okay, disciplinary, like that's kind of odd, right? So I kind of went about my way about things and kind of ignored, okay, well, Zeke is inactive. Now, I will say this honestly, y'all. I kind of thought once they activated Dalvin Cook last week that maybe Zeke was going to be inactive because I don't think there's any point of keeping Rico, Dalvin, Zeke, and Hunter Lipke, so it's my guy Professor O, Hunter Lipke, active, right? I don't think there's any point of having 4 running backs active on your roster. So I was like, okay, if they want to not activate Zeke, right, and move on from him, I understand if you're going to go with Dalvin Cook. So that was last week, right? So then, I started getting some few calls, and then my brother BJ Nix, definitely follow my guy BJ Nix, your guy _Nix on Twitter. And he reached out to me and was like, yo, this doesn't sit right with me. Now, I just got Black Ops 6, y'all. I just got Black Ops 6, right? So I was chilling, and I was like, well, talk to me about it. He's like, bro, when do you know the Dallas Cowboys to sit somebody due to disciplinary reasons? And I was just like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Kelvin Joseph had his situation. He wasn't benched, right? You had DeMonte Kazu, who fell asleep out in his car in Frisco that was arrested for a DWI. He wasn't benched. You had Sam Williams, who had a speeding incident with the vape pen. He wasn't benched. I don't know. So I was like, so this is a good question, right? Good question. He had Randy Gregory. All, what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, I don't know. And he was like, something isn't right. So, come to find out based off of Jane Slater's reports, right? And salute to Jane. I'm not knocking Jane. This is based off of reports that Ezekiel Elliott has had weeks, not just this week, like just weeks of being late to practice, being late to meetings, missing meetings, this, that, back and forth, right? And this is why today, on November 3rd, he is not traveling with the team. Okay, I get it. Now, here's what I'll say. If Zeke hasn't been watching film or he's been lazy at practice and has been missing missing practice and missing meetings and being late, why are you just disciplining him by not letting him travel? Why not send the message and just cut him? Like, just cut him. Like, do you guys think that under Jimmy Johnson, players could just, well, it depends on who you are, right? But do you think that, like, why not? We are a 3-win team right now. Why not just cut Zeke and move on from him if he's having these constant behavioral issues? I don't know. I don't know. And here's what I'll also say, y'all. let's keep it a buck. Y'all know how our media team is, right? If our media team had any sense of this going on, they would have reported it. They would have wanted to get this story out first. They would have wanted. All right, cool. So I get it, right? So boom, Zeke isn't active, right? Because of disciplinary reasons. Now, here's what concerns me with this, y'all, because Ian Rappaport just reported on TV about this. They're saying that this is only because it's not performance-based, right? Not because of what he did last week. It's simply because of his disciplinary reasons. So they expect Zeke to still be on the roster. Like, why? Like, I don't get it. If you have a running back, you're going running back by committee, right? You have Rico, who is healthy. You have Dalvin Cook, who you just elevated. You still have Deuce. You still have Malik Davis. Like, you could go get another running back anywhere, right? Why would you still have Zeke on the roster next week? It doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense to me, and maybe it makes sense to y'all, but just cut the man, bro. Like, I know this is whole civil war between Zeke and Rico and team this and team that. Bro, just cut the man. Just cut the man and let him go, bro. Just cut the man. But see, I think what's happening. What's up, Ringo? What's up, everybody in chat, man? We're going to get to y'all here in a minute. But here is what's happening. I think that, and this is the Tuck side, right? This is the Tuck side talking to my sources and to my people, right? That Zeke had multiple offers, right? This offseason, go to different places. Hell, even Detroit, right? Even Detroit wanted Zeke. There was multiple places. Mike McCarthy reached out to Zeke along with Jerry Jones and so we wanted you back. Now, the question was that kind of Mike McCarthy moving at Jerry's gunpoint or whatever it is? But here, whatever, right? So Mike McCarthy went through with it that, yo, I want you back, right? So go back to this offseason, right? Zeke didn't play any preseason games. What's up, sis? I see you. Didn't do any preseason games. Zeke, was pretty much given the starting role with Rico or whatever, So they were treating him like he was going to be the featured back. You didn't draft any of the running backs that we did so many late night mock drafts about. That didn't happen. We didn't bring in Derrick Henry. We didn't go get Israel Abanikanda. We didn't do any of that, right? So we went with this idea that Zeke was going to be, if not running back one, RB2. All right. So, okay. Now, Zeke goes through it. Week 1 versus the Browns, he starts, right? He gets in the end zone. We win. Everyone's saying Zeke, right? And then things start to fall off a cliff. And then it's like week 2, he's like the 5th person to touch the ball in the backfield behind CeeDee Lamb. So it's been this up and down with Zeke, but not only with Zeke, y'all, with our running backs in general. Let's just take Zeke out of the picture. If I am Rico, I am pissed, bro. 1 week I'm the starter. Next week I'm not. Next week I'm the starter. 1 week I'm not. 1 week, like, what the Cowboys need to do, y'all, is go out there and say, these are my guys. This is who I want. This is who fits my system. Take it or leave it. Mike McCarthy, you have to grow up here, bro. You were on a 1-year deal. I get, what Jerry wants. It doesn't have to be what Jerry wants, bro. You're about to get fired. You're on tick starting here in about 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? You're on tick, bro. If Zeke is not who you want, then you don't give Zeke no carries, bro. Why are you caving? You're caving. And just like everyone is saying in the chat, here is my biggest problem. I don't care if it was Zeke. I don't care if it was Diggs, whoever, Deuce, whoever. If you're going to make a player inactive, all the Cowboys had to say was, boom, we find out right now, like we're finding out that Diggs is active. We could have easily found out Zeke is not active today and just moved on and went to football. But why was it disciplinary? Why are we getting all these habits why are we getting all this around an inactive player? Did we give all of these reasons why Deuce was inactive? Can anybody quote to me why Deuce was inactive? What up, CFT, my dog in the building? What's going on? It's My frustration isn't about Zeke being inactive, bro. I like Zeke, but damn it, bro, I want to win, bro. I want to win today. I don't give a damn if it's Malik Davis at running back or CeeDee Lamb or Dak Prescott. I want to win. But what I'm hating when it comes to this Cowboys team right now, y'all, is all these unnecessary distractions that we cause. We cause, bro. Think about this. We lost to San Francisco. What was the talking points? It was Diggs and Mike Leslie, right? Now it's Zeke today, right? We have nothing football related to really report on. Micah Parsons isn't playing. Deron Bland isn't playing. I'm not sure if Kendricks is active, right? What's the footballs? How are we going to fix this football-wise? I get the soap opera drama, but give us a week. Spare Cowboys fans a week, and we want to talk about winning solutions. Why did you go out there and just make a certain? You could have said Zeke is inactive today. Why is he traveling with the team? It's in-house. It's an in-house decision, and we're no longer discussing. You do it all the time. You do it all the time. Yeah. Just did it that way. Just gonna do it that way. Zeke is not active today, and he's not traveling with the team. It's an in-house decision. Boom. 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 But why was it Zeke isn't active? Oh, it's for disciplinary reasons. Oh, but actually, last week he may have missed, and then he actually missed 3 practices, and then today on Friday he missed, and then this. Why are we getting this whole damn layout of list of what Zeke has did on game day? James Slater just reported that today. Why are we getting all these details today? Y'all know why, though. This team just loves drama, y'all. And this is what I'm trying to explain to a lot of you, y'all. It doesn't matter. We can do mock drafts until we're blue in the face. We can go get a brand new quarterback since everyone hates Dak Prescott. We can cut the cords on Micah Parsons' podcast. We can tell CeeDee Lamb, you better fix your attitude or else. Until we fix the culture of this organization, y'all, it doesn't matter the moving pieces. Things will just never change. It will just never change, y'all. We are making a big situation out of this that didn't need to be happening. There are thousands or hundreds of players today that's going to be inactive, and no one's going to even bat an eye. No one's even going to bat an eye, right? Inactive, right? But why are we getting all of this? It's frustrating, y'all. And I think for us, a lot of us watching this channel, whether on social media or whatever, we're all just tired, y'all. We are this season has been mentally draining for this fan base. And it's just like, we're tired. We just want to get back to football, bro. I would love just to have football conversations, but we can't because there's always some type of drama this and drama that. And like I said, Cowboys Nation, love y'all to death, but sometimes we have to hold ourselves accountable, and we like the toxic stuff too. We like the toxic stuff too. You know what I'm saying? We like the toxic stuff too, right? But here's what I'm saying, Keystone. Got to make it stick why it was disciplinary. Cut the man, bro. There is no, let's say, for instance, I'm a young player. Let's say I'm Ryan Flournoy, right? And I want to talk about the example of what it is to play for the Dallas Cowboys, right? And I'm seeing Zeke late to meetings, Zeke do all this bad stuff, right? All this negative stuff, right? Right? Now Zeke played with Mac Jones last year, right? On what, a 2-win team. But there was never no issues there. But all of a sudden in Dallas, okay, cool, right? We'll get to that. But you're just gonna not let him travel, and that's a disciplinary reason? And he'll be back on Monday, be back on Tuesday? Like, hold players accountable. You have to grow a pair, bro. I guarantee you Bill Belichick would have cut Zeke. Bill Belichick would have cut Zeke. A real coach would have had a pair of nuts to be like, yo, bro, you showing up late, right? I'm trying to get this team right. We're having all these concerns about details. We are struggling right now. We're not going to do this. I might accept this from somebody a little bit more talented. Like if it was Micah Parsons or maybe it was CeeDee Lamb doing this, I'll accept that. Not from you being a running back who's 29 years old. You got to go. You got to go. Now, what sends a bigger message that the Cowboys just cut one of the all-time great running backs in Cowboys history for not doing what we need? That sends a ripple effect. If you would have said, no, we cut Zeke because he wasn't holding up to our standard, we talked to him numerous times, he wasn't doing this, that sends the message, not, you can't go to Atlanta. You can't go to Atlanta with us, bro. You can't get on the plane with us. That don't send no message, especially if he's back on Monday, especially if he's back in the building on Monday and he's the starting running back or maybe the backup running back. What message does that send? You can't send a message to Ezekiel Elliott with your running back core because you don't have no running backs. You don't have no running backs, bro. You can't send a message to Ezekiel Elliott about the running because you ain't got no running backs. Zeke is calling your bluff, bro. Zeke is calling your bluff. And Zeke knows. Now, here's from what I've heard, right? This is where I heard. This is just me. Zeke was a team player. He was kind of sold on doing something in Dallas. Didn't pan out. He's had numerous talks with Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones about his role and what his role is. And he's getting mixed signals. And he was saying, listen, y'all, I get it that you guys have these different concerns and want to do committee and all this stuff. If you guys don't have any real plans for me, all I ask is do right by me and let me go before the trade deadline, because if the trade deadline comes up on Tuesday and let's say, I don't know, the Vikings trade for another running back, well, that limits the opportunity for Zeke. So if you guys don't have any plans for me, let me go. But then it's like, no, we value you. No, we. And so he's getting mixed signals. So he probably just said, you know what? You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I can't knock Zeke for doing that because I've done it personally in my own life. I got hired for a job, did a great job in my sales role. First month, the bonus came on time. Second month, it was delayed. Third month, it was short. Fourth month, they wanted me to start traveling. That was not what we discussed. So nah, bro. Nah. You know what I'm saying? So if Zeke is this, who you say is, just cut him and move on. But the musical chairs at running back, enough's enough, bro. We are at week 9. We should know who our running back tandem is. If it wants to be Rico and Deuce, let it be Rico and Deuce. If it wants to be Rico and Dalvin, let it be Rico and Dalvin, and live with the decisions that you made. But why won't they do that in closing? Because if you cut Zeke, cut him, sit him home, not working out. Who has to answer those questions about not drafting a running back in the draft, right? Who has to answer those questions about not even picking up the phone to call Derrick Henry? Who has to answer those questions about Aaron Jones? He's from the Dallas area. He didn't even give him a call, right? Jerry has to answer those questions if he cuts Ezekiel Elliott. So he is holding on, and Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones are at this massive divide, and they're using Zeke as the middle chess piece. It's just like when parents get a divorce and they start using the kids versus each other. That's what's going on right now, right? You have to ask your question. I've always teach you guys this, whether you're watching film, whether you're doing, ask the extra layer why, right? We talked about that in our film study. Why is this going on, right? If you have a kid who's been a straight A student, been a good student, you know, all the way through school, but all of a sudden they're acting up and acting out of character, don't you want to know, okay, is something off, right? You had Ezekiel Elliott, even though it took him some while to kind of grow up and mature, never really had these issues. And all of a sudden now at the end of his career, now there's issues. Now, what is causing this behavior? So for all the media members who's probably poking your head and watch, someone needs to ask Zeke this next week. Hey, what's going on? What was you told? What's the difference? This is what we're hearing. What's your thoughts? Right? We need to get to the bottom of this because what is going on? And from what I'm hearing, y'all, this is multiple people who have nothing really invested besides some of the players, right? I'm hearing our locker room is split. It's split up like a Game of Thrones episode. You have Dak Prescott over here who is saying, I don't care if you give me J Tuck as a wide receiver. I believe in J Tuck, and I'm going to make this happen, rain, sleet, or snow. You have some veteran guys that's kind of in the middle, like, bro, this is some bulls. I don't trust these coaches. I don't like this coaching staff. What are we doing? This is whack. We are embarrassing. I'm not really feeling this, right? And then you have the young guys, the young that don't know any better, the Overshones and some of those guys, the Maris Leofows. It's like, bro, we just in the league, we just want to go out there and play ball and give our opportunity, right? So we have all these different variables. No one's on the same page. And I always quote this, y'all, from Jay-Z. Nobody wins with the family feuds. If we're not moving as a unit, it takes that in football. It's not like basketball where the team can be dysfunctional and I can just give the ball to Kobe. He can go drop me 80. Like you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So $5 super chat from David. Jane Slur reported that Zeke was not attending team meetings, which is why he was kept from the game. Oh, and Trayvon Diggs is active. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if this has been going on, because according to Jane's report, right, this has been happening frequently. So if Zeke was showing up late, showing up, and missing team meetings, why the hell was Zeke starting last week versus the San Francisco 49ers? Why? That was a very important game. So Zeke has been doing this. Let's say for 8 weeks, Zeke has been showing up late, being lethargic at practice, right, and missing team meetings, okay? Why was he starting last week versus the San Francisco 49ers? Even if Rico was sick, you could have went with Dalvin. You could have activated Deuce. You could have went with Hunter. Why did you start him last week? Why would you do it? And I think Mark says, because Jerry Jones said so. This is a divide. So for some of you cats who are younger, Cowboys fans who are younger, this is kind of like Bill Parcells and Jerry Jones and Terrell Owens, the player, right? Bill Parcells wasn't a fan of Terrell Owens and all the extra, Jerry Jones was, and there was this huge rift and divide and I get that. That was with Terrell Owens, and I love Zeke. But Zeke isn't that caliber of player, right? I literally just said 600 yards and 6 touchdowns, right? Something small, right? But why is this huge divide that's causing friction in the locker room between your ownership and your coaching? It's just a bad recipe for disaster, y'all, and I don't understand it, man. So I want to get through that, man, and I see everybody, but it's like, you know what? People are like, why are you talking about Zeke? It's like a 3rd-string running back, 4th-string running back. It's not about Zeke, y'all. I want y'all take Zeke's name out of it, right? It's about the culture. There was no reason to even go out there and report all this. Just say the man is active. He's not traveling with the team. You could have said that he caught the flu from Rico. You could have did that. You could have did that. You know what I'm saying? You could have said, hey, he came down the weather not feeling well, just like you did with Jordan Phillips. And they fronted and gave Jordan Phillips a magical wrist injury when we all can see it was just because he was playing bad. You covered up for Jordan Phillips, right? But you're not going to cover up for Zeke. You know what I'm saying? When Zeke is inactive, we get every detail, bro. I have never got so many details of why a player is inactive in Dallas. And we're talking about disciplinary reasons. I have never seen it. Kelvin Joseph was arrested, went and talked to the cops, and was at practice the next day and still didn't sit for disciplinary reasons. Still didn't. You know what I'm saying? Still didn't. It's just crazy, y'all. It's crazy, y'all. Yo, Maz. Okay, yeah, go ahead. There you go, Sadiq. Salute to my sis Sadiq, man. My sis Sadiq went out there in my gang, clipped those bots up. Yeah, so I believe they're smearing players when they're done with them. Ask Dez. You know what I'm saying? Like, but here's the thing, y'all. It's not like this is Royce Freeman. This is Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke has played hurt. He's done a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, and here's the crazy part about this. Y'all brought him back. You know what I'm saying? You brought him back, whether it was Jerry, whether it was Mike, whoever, you brought him back. You know, it's not like we signed him to this big contract and we're stuck with him. You brought him back. There was multiple teams wanting him back. And you did this. You know what I'm saying? You know, like it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So the big question: Zeke getting cut? I don't know, Mark. Me personally, I would say cut him. He should have been cut now. He should have been cut now. But see, here's what they're doing, right? It's the dirty game that they're playing. They're having open tryouts. They're going to give Dalvin the opportunity and Rico the opportunity. Now, let's say it doesn't work out today and our running game still looks bad. Well, hey, Zeke, last week it's just a disciplinary thing. So they want it. We got a lot of fellas. In here. So listen to my ladies who watch the channel, but I know my demographics. We have a lot of fellas. They are treating Zeke like the side chick. They treating Zeke like the side chick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, I want to be with you. I want to be with you. Nah, it's going to be me and you together forever. That was week 1. Week 2, they called. You didn't pick up the phone. You was out with your other 4. You know what I'm saying? Week 3, you just ignored the call. Week 4, ignore the call. Week 5, I'm sorry, baby. I've been busy at work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take you out tonight. Let me get you a nice, and we're going to go out in the town. Right? I'm going to start you versus Detroit. Got her feeling all good, starting versus Detroit next week, and pick up the phone. San Francisco, I'm bad. That's how they treating Zeke. That's how they treating Zeke, bro. It's just like I don't really want you, but I'm not gonna move away from you, bro, because I might need you if these others, you know what I'm saying? We all used to have that old reliable where it was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I like you, you cool, but if these 3, you know what I'm saying? If these 3 over here that I really like don't pick up the phone, I'm going to call Zeke. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call Zeke. You know what I'm saying? That's how they doing, Zeke. And what happened was, all fellas can relate, eventually that side chick says, stop calling me. I'm trying to go somewhere else. I found somebody else. Now you mad. Oh, you gonna go off with the Detroit dude? Oh, okay. After all I did for you, okay, let's see how they treat you in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how they treat you in Detroit. Let's see how they treat you in Washington. Let's see how they treat you over there. After all I did for you, gonna leave? You want to leave? Then leave. Stop treating Zeke like a side chick. Cut him off and move on. So to all the super chats, man. Appreciate you. My guy Chris says, we beat ourselves more than opponents we've ever faced. We literally set obstacles in our own home turf. We gave ourselves the rest, and the actual opponents too much to overcome. Tuck. I agree, bro. We caused some of these distractions that are so unnecessary, y'all. Some of these distractions are so unnecessary. And think about all the players that you have to do, all the things that to deal with for the players. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. My guy Antoine, appreciate the $10 super chat. Tuck, we haven't been a run team since Scott Linehan. Why are we shocked? Zeke should be pissed acting like he was going to evaluate the run. I agree. Here's the thing, y'all. I don't care if it's Rico, Deuce, Braylon Allen, Zeke, whoever. Bro, we're not running the ball. We are not running the ball. Dak is about to throw his shoulder out, bro. I think I seen his over right now. Vegas has Dak throwing over 37 times. Vegas at 37 is the over, right? I would probably take that, bro. Dak gonna throw his damn shoulder out. It just is what it is, man. Yeah, Keystone, Zeke's Jerry, and they treat him like a side chick, bro. That old faithful. They knew, okay, if I ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry, that's that baddie that everybody wants in the club. You know what I'm saying? I can't get that, man. All the ballers want her. All the big spenders want her. You know what I'm saying? She's in the VIP section with Lamar. I can't compete with that. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Jones, I can't even get in the VIP. Who can I call up? I'm gonna call up my old reliable Zeke. Hey, yo, you still up? I mean, I was just getting ready to go to sleep. Okay, but I'm about to send you an Uber and just pull up. Fellas, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? This is old Tuck. I've been out of that game for a long time, but it's still very familiar with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know exactly what the Cowboys are doing. You know, and they don't want to get rid of him because they're afraid that this might not work out. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid that this might not work out. So I'm just going to keep you in the tuck. I'm going to keep you on my roster, on my rotation, but I'm going to try this over here, man. So to my guy, Rowan, for another super chat, man. Appreciate you, my guy. They won't cut Zeke because then Jerry has to answer for not signing Henry, not Aaron Jones and Mike McCarthy, and Shoddy have to answer for not using Deuce Vaughn and Dalvin Cook. Exactly it, bro. They don't Yeah. No, right now, Jerry is being pressed. Jerry is being pressed for not signing Derrick Henry. That's the big one. That's where all the media scrutiny. And when you come out and say we didn't draft any running back, not even, bro, we didn't draft one running back. I can't see if we took one in the 7th or 6th round. We didn't draft any running back. And you say it's because you believe in Ezekiel Elliott as the GM. This is your GM talking, not your owner, GM talking, right? If you cut him, it looks bad on you, bro. It's just like when Jerry moved on from Amari Cooper and tried to bring in James Washington. Salute to my daughter, Law Nation, right? That looks bad on your GM. That you thought you could fill those shoes, right? Jerry don't want that pressure, bro. So it's easier for me just to say, well, I believed in Zeke, but he started messing up, y'all. He blindsided me, you know? Well, how do these bots keep getting in? God dang. So yeah, my guy David. So good question. Do you think Dak is having ankle issues? People are saying that is why he doesn't run. No, I don't think it's the ankle issues because he's ran before in games. I just think that he's being coached out of it. But I think someone just posted, right? His over is for over 6 rushing yards. I slammed that, y'all. I slammed that, y'all, to get the over for Dak's rushing yards because I think it's going to be necessary. Not like you have to fully Jalen Hurts him, but sometimes, bro, when the pressure is mounting, you got to take off. You got to take off and run, bro. Like, it's just simple things. And I think for Clarence, thanks to Clarence, right, for pressing him saying Joe Flacco has more rushing yards than you and, Dak, you can take off and get a first down. You can take off and get a first down. You can take off, on if it's 2nd and 9 and the pocket's collapsing, you can step up and run and make it a 3rd and 3. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we will see Dak running. I don't want to say it's the ankle issue because remember last year, right? Last offseason, he was still in the boot and he ran a lot last year, right? He picked his spots, but he ran last year. So I just think it's up here, bro. But Dak today, you're going to have to run. Now, here's the thing also. Our offensive line has been kind of shaky, baby, right? You're not going to have Ezekiel Elliott in pass pro. Not going to have Zeke in pass pro. So Rico, Dalvin, you want to pick it up. You want to pick it up because we'll talk about the matchup here soon. He's such a weapon when he runs, when he scrambles. He's usually really good at passing. I agree. And also I'll say this, not just Dak running the ball, moving the pocket, right? Flushing Dak outside of the pocket. It just keeps things in motion and momentum for him. When you run those play action boots, right? And it's so simple throws to Jake Ferguson or whoever, I feel like that's when Dak is at his best, y'all. I really feel like that's when Dak is at his best. To try to nerf Dak Prescott into being this quote-unquote just pocket passer, this is not his game, bro. I mean, he can do it, but that's not him, right? And you can't take away a quarterback's instincts. And I remember this, because this is who I always compare Dak Prescott to. And of course, right, Eagles, Cowboys, it always kind of comes full head and people get all pissed off when I say it, right? But I feel like Dak Prescott, to me, watching him play, reminds me a lot of Donovan McNabb, right? And if you remember, Donovan McNabb was dynamic as a dual threat rusher, right, and passer, right? But once they nerfed him and tried to make him Peyton Manning and make him a pocket passer, that just wasn't his game. That's what made Donovan McNabb unique, was his size and, his ability to run and scramble out the pocket, not take off like Vic, right? But he can extend the play, extend the drives. Like, it just kind of helped his game. When they try to nerf him and just keep him in the pocket, you take away from some of his strongest attributes, and that's the same thing when it comes to Dak Prescott. Yeah, crazy thing is Dak is top QB when he throws on the run. Facts, right? Also, when you go into tempo as well. Martin's definitely having a bad year, but apparently he's having shoulder issues. Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of comes along with age. Now here's the crazy part, right? Antoine, everyone talking about Zack Martin, right? It's funny how certain players come under a microscope in Dallas after they get paid, but Zack Martin, no one's even talking about it. Because Zack Martin got paid last year, y'all. Zack Martin was struggling last year, that he even admitted, right? So it's like, okay, this is 2 years after Zack Martin has gotten his deal. He's looking a little shaky, right? I know we're going to talk about Terrence, right? But Zach got paid too. Zach held out too. Zach got money too. Zach skipped the line too. And he's been shaky ever since. Now, Zack Martin has said numerous times on 105 through the Fan before he got the deal that his wife was pressing him for retirement. You know? So you're already having a player who's older. You signed a deal, and he was already considering retirement 3 years ago. Just saying. McNabb stopped running after Limbaugh made the racist comments about needing black quarterbacks to succeed while he was at ESPN. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever, but they nerfed him. They nerfed him. Yeah, Zack Martin has been getting work. The whole offensive line, y'all, has struggled. The whole offensive line, y'all, has struggled. And, yeah, crazy Zack Martin stat. He's been here for 11 years and only has 7 holding periods. Yeah. I mean, Zack Martin's a first ballot All-Pro. But this year, he just hasn't been good, y'all. He just hasn't been good. Let's see if I got the Zack Martin offensive line stuff here. Let me see if I can load this clip on the fly, man. I wasn't even going to go live, man, but I know a lot of people was reaching out to me, and they kind of wanted to go through it. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's get over to it. All right, bang. All right, can you guys hear me here? All right, we good. Yeah. So let's watch Zack Martin on this play right here. Let's see. So let's see what's going on. Bang. Let's watch Zach. Let's watch the right side, right? Watch the right side. Let's watch 70. You know. So I feel like overall, man, Zach, I don't know, because I know it was a back issue, right? A back issue, but I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. But overall, man, he has to be the right side of our offensive line has to be better, y'all. The right side needs to be much better because as of right now, y'all, I mean, it's crazy. You have Tyler Smith and you have Cooper Beebe who's played well, but I'm not sure if it's, you know, because you're playing next to a rookie that could cause some of the issues. I'm not sure what it really is, but our offensive line has to be better in all phases of the game. Like, to not be able to pick up these stunts that are running, the communication is off. Like, it's just a recipe for disaster, y'all. And we can't continue to have some of these boneheaded plays like this that's costing the Dallas Cowboys when we need the most. You know, out there's getting cooked, right? And I know we want to blame Dak, but it's just like the offensive line's getting cooked, y'all. There's nowhere to really step up. There's nowhere to really step up in the pocket, right? That's Tyler Guyton on that side. Like Dak is trying to take off and run, but there's nowhere to go. You know, and these are clutch moments, y'all. This is when we need our offensive line the most. And thus far, bro, they just have really just sold us. They just have really sold us. Adwin, appreciate the $5 super chat, my guy. It says, I say this, it's sad that none of the people we drafted on the offensive side of the ball not getting a chance. Ryan and Deuce should be playing. I mean, and someone said, and I think Rohit, you may have said this yesterday, right? Is that the problem is with the Cowboys, when you pride yourself on being a draft and develop team and you're not active in free agency, your hit probability in the draft has to be a whole lot higher than what the Chiefs has to be or the Eagles have to be, right? So here's a give and take, right? So we've been learning this for class in my scouting class, right? The average NFL scout, they would say in order to kind of keep your job, right, you need to be about 60% right on your scouting report. 60%. Now I would say, damn, bro, that's pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? I can't even do what I'm saying. 60%. But when you are a team that doesn't do any free agency, you're not aggressive in acquisitions due via trades, and you are solely leaning on the draft, that 60 needs to be around maybe 80, 85. We need to bump that up a notch because the Cowboys are solely relying on the draft to fix our issues, you know, and I think that's the problem, right? There would be there will be, and I said this before, even with my guy Jalen Tolbert, right? Think about this, y'all. Jalen Tolbert came into Dallas with more pressure and expectations than CeeDee Lamb. Let me rewind that, right? It sounds crazy when I say it, right? Jalen Tolbert came in with more expectations and pressure than CeeDee Lamb. Why am I saying that? Well, think about this. When we drafted CeeDee Lamb with the 17th pick, a lot of people were saying we didn't even need a wide receiver. We didn't even need a wide receiver. That was a luxury pick, Tuck. We already had Amari Cooper, and we already had Michael Gallup pre-injury, right? We didn't need to draft a wide receiver. So for CeeDee Lamb's standpoint, there was no pressure. There's no pressure. He got to come in, kind of just be wide receiver 3, kind of just relax, kind of find out how he fits in, even though he didn't have Dak, play a little bit in the slot, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we were leaning solely on CeeDee Lamb. Jalen Tolbert comes in, you move on from Amari Cooper, you have to fill that void, young man. You got to come from South Alabama and fill that void of Amari Cooper. That's pressure. He wasn't going to live up. So when you rely that heavily on the draft, y'all, you run into these types of things. Look how many we have: an offensive tackle, left tackle starting, offensive center starting. And here's the thing I will say in Tyler Guyton's defense, right? And there's no knock to this kid. He's under tremendous pressure because there's no break in case of emergency. Tyler Guyton had to work at left tackle because Chuma is out. So let's say, for instance, Tyler Guyton right now, he's getting killed. He's horrible. He's a bust, right? And you're seeing across the league, right? Here in Kansas City, Kingsley Samadia, he is not starting with Kansas City, right? Even though the Chiefs kind of draft, you know what I'm saying? So you're seeing it around the league. Broderick Jones, some of those younger offensive linemen, they're not playing. If you wanted to bench Tyler Guyton, you don't have a guy that you could go and kind of pull in. You're going to have to more than likely move Tyler Smith to left tackle, put in TJ Bass. So you're going to have to fully rearrange things. It's not like when Tyler Smith came in, you had Tyron, then you also had Jason Peters, you know what I'm saying? You also had Connor, I forgot the other Connor. So Connor McGovern, like you had some other guys out there that was already filling the void, and that's why Tyler Smith could kind of just slow play it, right? It took 2 injuries in order for Tyler Smith to get kicked out to left tackle. 2. Tyler Guyton had no opportunity. You have to work this year, young man. And it's unfair to that kid, right? Because we all know he's playing a brand new position and there's no learning curve. Even Cooper Beebe has an insurance policy. If he doesn't work out, you could go to Brock Hoffman, right? You be all right with Brock Hoffman, right? If Tyler Guyton doesn't work at left tackle, you have to switch multiple positions because your organization did not do their job of getting an insurance policy. They're walking around with a brand new iPhone 16 or 15 or whatever number we're on with no case. It's all glass, right? And you're hoping just not to drop it, just hoping not to drop it, man. So it's unfortunate to put these kids in that situation, but when you're just focused on the draft, that's how you got to play it. Antoine says, what do you see the past few years from the Garrett era versus now when it comes to O-line blocking? Is it our blocking concepts? The talent is there, but it's something else. Well, I'll say this. 2016, right? If you're going back to that whole ordeal, right? When Dak and Zeke was rookies, I think that Jason Garrett made it an emphasis that we were going to be physical and run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott, right? So that was the emphasis. That was the mindset. That's what they're going to come in, and that's what they're going to do, right? When it comes to this Cowboys offensive line, yes, it's scheme, right? I think my guy at DMV did a video on it. about running too much duo, right? And what y'all understand by duo is like combo blocking, right? So it's your guard and your tackle, or your center and your tackle. They're double teaming the tackles, defensive tackles, and trying to climb up to the next level to get to the linebackers. But our guys aren't able to climb up and get to the second level and stop these linebackers from flowing and stopping the run, right? So he's talking about doing a lot less duo, doing a lot more zone blocking, where you're kind of just guarding space, right? Blocking in space, right? Moving lateral, whether it's inside zone, outside zone, and allowing your running back to make the proper read, right? So you can run an outside zone where you're going to stretch the outside of Terrence Steele, and if you get everybody stretched over to the right, you can bend back and cut and break. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what a lot of people are talking about. But I think the physicality when it comes to our offensive line, y'all, we are throwing the ball 50 plus times. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, I wasn't, all offensive lineman, but I was, all state offensive lineman, left tackle. I told y'all that, right? When you're having to pass pro that many reps, I don't care who you are. Eventually, you're going to lose 1 or 2 or 3 reps, right? And what is happening right now, even if Terrence Steele has a solid game, right? Let's say it's 40 pass attempts, right? And Terrence Steele wins 37 of those pass blocking reps. The 3 that he loses is bad natural disaster, and that's the strip fumble. That's the so that's what's happening, right? It's the impact of the plays that you're missing, right? And it's really on the big drives. And maybe I'll do a video this week on it, because like third down, right? Third down, this is when we need you the most. This is where our offense has been bad, y'all. This is where our offense has been bad. So yeah, I would say it's just the identity, the scheme, the physicality, and probably the coaching and Mike Solari. No office space. Nobody can tell me actually what Mike Solari says that you actually do. You know what I'm saying? What is it that you say you do? Well, I deal with the goddamn customers. No, you're a people person. What do you actually do? I see Tyler Guyton working with Duke. I see Cooper Beebe working with Duke. I see Zack Martin working with Duke. I see Terrence Steele working with Duke. Mike Solari, what is it you say that you actually do? You know what I'm saying? What do you actually say that you do? Let's see here. Bang, bang, bang. Let's see here. True Tuck. So our guys don't get the opportunity enough to beat on these defensive lines. We always defensive rather than attacking. Just see us attacking. All right, yeah. So case in point, right? Perfect transition, my guy. The Atlanta Falcons run defense isn't the best, right? Their run defense is not as bad as ours, but is also not good, right? When it comes to Atlanta Falcons run defense. Do y'all actually think, let me know in the chat, that the Cowboys could do to the Atlanta Falcons what the Baltimore Ravens did to us? What do I mean by that? You know what? We really don't have the wide receivers right now. Brandon Cooks is, he's still out. Jake Ferguson still has kind of limited. You know what? We're going to line up today and punch the Atlanta Falcons in the mouth, and I'm going to run the ball 20 times with Rico, 20 times with Cooks until they stop it. We're going to come out here and be physical. We're going to run the ball down their throat. Do y'all think the Cowboys can even commit to that? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Nope, not at all. Nope, not at all. Nope, not at all. Yeah, I played left tackle in high school. My first year playing football ever was my senior year. They put me at left tackle because I thought I was going to be playing tight end. I came to all-state left tackle, but then when I got to college, they moved me to linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. So, yeah, I did play left tackle. Everyone's kind of hating, you know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this. When I played left tackle, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. My guard, he was an all-city guy. Salute to my guy, Sam. He would tell me who to block on every play. You know what I'm saying? He would tell me who to block. I'd be like, bro, who do I block? He'd be like, you got 60. You got 54. You got, you know what I'm saying? All right, bro. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all doing way too much. This ain't what I signed up for, but this is what it is. Can we? Yes. But will we? No, we haven't shown that yet. Right. I don't think, nope, not my belief. Nope. I don't see us going for over 200 rushing his ATL. Not going to lie. Nope. Maybe because the Falcons, let's see here. Maybe because the Falcons would have never expected it. Maybe so. Nope. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So no, so yeah. So yeah, I don't see that happening either. I don't see it happening either, bro. I don't see them saying, you know what, we need to win. Let's just let the running game do the job for us and get up out of here with the victory, right? I don't see us doing it. I feel like it's going to be on Dak and the running game is going to be sprinkled in, but that's who Mike McCarthy wants to be. But if that's who Mike McCarthy wants to be, I'm with you, bro. Then go load up on weapons and air this thing out then, bro. Go. Now, y'all remember back when we had the three-headed monster and, CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper, even though we never really got to see them all really healthy for a long stretch, right? And my guy West Coast was run the damn ball. Even then, I was like, nah, bro, let's air this thing out. You know what I'm saying? Let's air this thing out because we have the wide receivers to do so. You know what I'm saying? And that's who you want to be. Go do it. Go do it. You know what I'm saying? Go do it. My guy says, damn, bro, how tall were you playing left tackle? So according to some haters on the internet, I'm only 5'6". I'm going with 5. I was 5'6". 5'6" playing left tackle, right? I was 5'6" defensive end, according to some goofies on the internet. Let's see here. Jerry won't fire anyone during the season. I don't think he will, y'all, but I think that this is a very important game because this is the game where things will kind of break. I feel like if we go out there and we not lose but get embarrassed, I feel like the team will fold. Everything is going to be done. It's just going to be a wrap. Now, if the Cowboys go out there and scrape and maybe we lose by like a last-second field goal or something like that, all right, cool. I think you can kind of keep it maybe a little intact because I think we can try to get healthy and hopefully that can give us some momentum. But if we go out there and get done like Detroit did us or like San Fran really did us or like Baltimore really did us or like the Saints really did us, like I just don't see this team hitting the locker room and being like, we're fine, right? We'll be fine. I just don't see it. So it's a very important game just for the temperament of this team, the temperament of the culture, the locker room. We have to step up and compete today. And I know we're limited, right? I know we're limited, but so be it. Sometimes you have to just roll up your sleeves and get active. You know what I'm saying? What did Kendrick say? What did Kendrick say? Sometimes you got to pull up and show. So, see, my guy Mills says, I'm 6'1", Tuck about 6 foot tall. Exactly. I'm about 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? On a good day. 6 foot, 5'11". You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But goofies on the internet say I'm 5'6", right? Eagles fan here. Real talk. It would be a game changer to your Cowboys if you sign Cooper Kupp. Love your show, CFO, man. Appreciate you, my guy, man. And see, we got the Eagles next week. We got the Eagles next week, and then we got the Houston Texans. Like, bro, yeah. And see, I would love to go sign a Cooper Kupp, right? Here's the thing, right? For all the people who say, Tuck, you're just a Zeke lover, whatever the hell does that really mean? I would love for you to go trade with the Dolphins and go get Jalen Wright. I would love for you to contact the Jets and be like, bro, the Jets have 5 running backs on your roster, bro. You have Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, and Israel Banacanda sitting there doing nothing. Go call the Jets. Go. I mean, I would love for the Cowboys to go do something. I've stressed that 1,000 times, y'all. But when it comes to Zeke, what I was trying to explain to y'all is I'm trying to cook a cake and there's no sugar in the cabinets. And my wife is saying, we're not going to the store. Cook with what you have. So now I got some sweet and low packets. I got Rico and Deuce and Dalvin Cook and Zeke, some sweet and low packets that kind of been left over and a little sugar package I might have got from a DoorDash meal. And I'm going to try to put that in there and bake a cake. And hopefully it pans out right. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all we're trying to do, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Dave, they don't even use them running backs, bro. It's pretty much Breece Hall and them. They got Isaiah Davis doing special teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, you know what I'm saying? But they're not. I'm saying, you want me to bake a cake, go to the store and get me some sugars and let me cook. You say, no, I'm not going. So don't be mad with how the cake turns out then. Don't be mad. You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh, Tuck, you wanted Zeke to work because that's all the sugar packets I had to use from, bro. They're not going to get nobody. People act like we drafted Braylon Allen, or we drafted Ray Davis, or we drafted, one of these young running backs, Zach Charbonnet or whoever, right? And I would say, nah, Zeke needs to stop. Zeke needs to start, right? That's a progress stopper. That's a progress stopper where it's like Jason Witten, you have this old player out there, and he's stopping a young player's progress, right? We don't have a young player's for Zeke's progress to stop. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you want to argue, he's stopping Deuce's progress, okay, maybe. But whose progress is he stopping? No, I never said that he needs to start over Rico. And Rico, bro, I would say I literally made videos about Rico needed more carries last year than Tony Pollard, right? So if you want to give Rico 20 carries, okay, cool. I would say give Zeke 10 touches. That's what I'm saying. Wide receiver not the main issue, but we only have one. Teams have said it. Stop 88 and number one. Only, yep. Yeah, I think that, yep. Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne. Salute to my guy, man. AZ Sports fan in the building, man. What's going on with you, guy? Travis Etienne. There are so many names out there, y'all. There are so many names. If the Cowboys really wanted to go get help, it's out there. They don't want to. They don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. There was reports. I know people were talking about possibly Nick Chubb was a name that was listed. Like there's so many names out there of eligible running backs. Now, we're in a league, y'all. We're in a league where constantly we get told running backs don't matter. Running backs don't matter. Anybody can run the ball. They don't matter. But we can't find one. We can't find one. So we can't find one. It's crazy to me. Crazy to me. Yeah, man. Yeah, my guys, man, definitely check out the A to Z Sports Fan, man. That's one of my guys, man. I've been rocking with you, bro, since 2020, since I started making content. He covers the Arizona Cardinals. Actually, they have one of our running backs in Trey Benson. They not using him. Send him on over, you know what I'm saying? But definitely check out my guy. Give him a follow, man. He does incredible work for the Cardinals. Let's see here. They building for the 2028 season. It sounds like it. It sounds like it. Why y'all trying to cause division with the players? J Tuck don't say any of that. Y'all saying he does. The best to give real football conversations. Appreciate you, dog. And here's the thing, y'all. I'll say this, right? Because a lot of people kind of saw everything happen on Twitter, and I'm chilling. I appreciate all the messages. I'm chilling, bro. Like, it's just, I have to get used to social media in today's age. I'm not cut from that cloth, right? I'm cut from, like, if someone has problems with you and they see you, they say something, or so I'm not used to that, right? But here's what I love about what we do on CFO Sports, right? The YouTube channel, the YouTube channel. On Twitter, you're only getting the cliff notes of what I'm really talking about, right? So I might say, yeah, I think Zeke needs to get more carries, right? You know what I'm saying? So you might see that cliff note on Twitter, and you would kind of just lock it in as, oh, Tuck is just a Zeke guy. Well, what I'm really trying to say, if you watch the full video, that Rico needs more carries and Zeke needs more carries. Our running back core needs more touches as a total combination. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps everybody. I'm sitting back, and I was at the Baltimore Ravens game, right? I sit back. I saw Lamar Jackson got to be able to take a PTO day, right? Didn't have to do much. Lamar didn't have to carry the Ravens against us, right? Jared Goff, he didn't have to do much against us, right? PTO days, right? I see Josh Allen, who's in the MVP conversation, getting PTO days. All of a sudden, there's James Cook and there's Ray Davis. PTO day. I'm seeing Dak Prescott have to work overtime every game. Every game, Dak Prescott has to work overtime day and night. Put in 40 plus hours just for the Cowboys to have a chance. Why can't we be a team that wants to make life easier for our quarterback? Now, I know people want to say because of the money, but I posted the other day, right? I said, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, right? You have Brown and Smitty in Philly. You have Kelsey and you have Hawkins. You have Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper, right? Like, so you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. In Dallas, we have CD and we have Lamb. Make it work. Make it work. Make it work. You know, make it work. I'm going to give you one receiver, right? Go make it work. And that's it. I get it, right? Brandon Cooks is hurt. But also, remember this, y'all. Brandon Cooks was in the same draft as Zack Martin. He was in the Johnny Manziel draft, y'all. Brandon Cooks is good, but he's no spring chicken. He ain't no spring chicken. You know what I'm saying? I like Brandon Cooks. I feel like he's going to help us some. But to expect him to go out there and tear things and set the league on fire, nah. You know? Like, you have to set real expectations, y'all. You have to set real expectations. And someone said in the chat, when it comes to the Cowboys offense, it's really just CeeDee Lamb. Let's simplify it. A lot of y'all play Madden, right? We're about to play Madden. Tuck picks the Cowboys. It's third down. It's third down, right? And I pick a pass and play. I come out in empty formation. Who are you shading your user towards? Who are you shading your user? If you user with your linebacker, you are going to maybe try to go over CeeDee Lamb's side and use a switch stick towards CeeDee Lamb, right? And if Jay Tuck comes out there and beats you on Madden, because I went crazy with Jalen Tolbert and I went for 8 catches, 185 yards, you be like, damn, Tuck really cooked. You're going to try to take away CeeDee Lamb. These defenses aren't dumb, y'all. This is why you're seeing Brian Branch completely just abandon his assignment, his responsibility, and get to CeeDee Lamb. This is why the interception last week, right? You saw the corner bail off his responsibility. Go to CeeDee Lamb. I know this is my play. I know this is my zone. I know it's where I'm supposed to be, but I have 88. I see him flash across. I'm going to abandon this, and I'm going to take away CeeDee Lamb. And if you beat me with, think about that, y'all. Versus the Steelers, Jalen Tolbert had to have a breakout game. Jalen Tolbert had to have a breakout game for us to beat the Steelers, y'all. You know, they're going to have to do something, but as of right now, it doesn't seem like the Cowboys are going to do that, man. Keemon Hall made great plays. Flo made great plays. Why not experiment with those wide receivers? Well, I mean, I just don't think that they have the trust in them. I mean, because like even with that, right? Let's say it's Flo, right? Or Keemon Hall. It's the same treatment. It's the same treatment. Like, they're gonna make you beat you with some undrafted guys or some 6th-round wide receivers until you can prove you can do it on a consistent basis, right? So this is why you're seeing constantly as we go to the film of teams being able to just rush 4 and drop 7. Just rush 4 and drop 7. Let me pull that up, huh? Let me pull this up. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's boom. Let me see. Let's look at it. This is versus the Steelers. All right. Y'all tell me what they're gonna do. Bam. See right now, right? What are they doing? They are just rushing 1, 2, 3, 4. Just rushing 4. Just rushing 4. Just rushing 4. Just rushing 4 and dropping. So if you look at this, y'all, count how many Pittsburgh Steelers players are in coverage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 defenders on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. This was that dot from Dak. This is the dot from Dak. You know what I'm saying? But this is how heroic Dak Prescott has to be. You know? They're rushing 4, dropping 7, and Dak has to make this throw. Now, if you are playing on Madden or football, more than likely you would say, okay, that was a hell of a throw by Dak Prescott, right? That was a hell of a throw by Dak Prescott. Can he do it again? Let's see if he can do it again, right? Let's see if he can do it again, right? So that's what they're testing, because all they need is one, right? If Dak's going to throw 40 times, all I need is one mistake. All I need is one interception to swing the game back around. All I need is one strip fat fumble to swing the game back around. That's all we really need. You know what I'm saying? That's all we really need to swing the game, and then that's what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to do, and they're going to play that game over and over and over and over again so you can prove it. And here's the crazy part. They're not just doing that to Dak. They're doing that to a lot of quarterbacks. Like, that's the, I don't want to say the Pat Mahomes formula, but a lot of people are doing that to limit the passing attack. And if you're able to get pressure with 4, teams will sit back and do that all game. Now, you might say, okay, Tuck, that sounds cool, bro. But how do you counter this? Tuck, how do you stop teams from just rushing 4 and dropping 7? Well, it's simple, y'all. You run the damn ball. You run the damn ball. You run the damn ball. You run the damn ball, because if everyone's dropping back, if I'm dropping back 7 and you do a delayed handoff or a draw, right, or underneath screen or a quick dump off, right, then you have the numbers. Then you have the leverage. You can move upfield. But teams are disrespecting the Dallas Cowboys run game. There is no threat. And they're not going to be concerned about it until they prove that they can do it on a consistent basis. And in order for the Cowboys to win tonight, or win this morning, noon, right, they're going to have to go out there and show and prove that they can not only run the ball, but they can only block up front as well. And most importantly, Mike McCarthy, can you even commit to it, man? Cody Justin, appreciate the super chat, my guy. I'm ready to be hurt again. I mean, idiot. Can you get hurt if you've already been hurt so many times? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the Falcons can do to us that hasn't been done. So Cowboys Nation, y'all playing with house money. You're playing with house money. I mean, it's not like it's the Saints walking into our stadium and completely hitting the Michael Jackson all over us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what else can happen? We have nothing else to lose. You know what I'm saying? We have nothing else to lose but to go out there and rep your team, man. Do I think the Cowboys will win it? They're going to do something they haven't shown all season to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a winnable game. I will say it's a winnable game, but I will say this before I go. With all the dark clouds, all the controversy, all the distractions, all of this and all of that, it doesn't feel like we're about to go out there and handle our business, but maybe they can, right? It just doesn't feel that way, especially even if Trayvon Diggs is active, but he's kind of limited. It doesn't feel a focus, right? Quiet. Can we have a quiet week? You know, if it's me, and a lot of people ask the question, like, all right, Tuck, if you were doing it, right, you're Mike McCarthy, you're coaching this team, hey, bro, team message. This week, we're not doing no interviews. We're not doing no podcasts. We're not doing nothing. Jerry, you too. We're not doing nothing. We're going off the grid, right? We're getting off the grid. We're off the grid. We're not doing no talking. Hey, we appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want, to ask questions, send them in. We might, write a few, have the players write back. We're not doing all that. We are gridding all of the distractions, right? And then sometimes it's not just with the Cowboys, y'all. It's with us in life. Sometimes we have to block out all the distractions and get focused on the ultimate goal. It happens to me all the time, right? With Twitter and Instagram, it's all this. Sometimes I gotta delete the app. I'm just gonna focus. I'm just gonna focus on the goal, and I think that's gonna be most important for the Cowboys. This is a winnable game. Offensively, you have to run the ball. You have to win the turnover margin. Offensive line has to play better. Dak Prescott has to play smarter. CeeDee Lamb, you have to really step up as well. The younger wide receivers in Brooks and Tolbert and Turpin, someone needs to emerge. Jake Ferguson got to be able to beat one-on-one coverage on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, I don't know. You got to get pressure on Kirk Cousins one way or another. Who that's going to be, whether that's Chauncey Golston, whether you have to mix it up with Overshown. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. Got to stop the run in Bijan. Donovan Wilson. Trayvon Diggs. Drake London. Not even sure who what other corners are. It might be Jay Lou on McLeod. So they have some talent out there. It's time, and I'm just saying this week after week after week after week, y'all. I could break down a scouting report, y'all. I have all the numbers right here on my board. I can go to their scheme. The Cowboys can go to their scheme. Mike McCarthy can re-scheme. Zim can re-scheme. It's up to the players to decide enough is enough, y'all. It's up to them. It's not up to us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I haven't been doing the scouting reports. It's not, there's no other film sessions that needs to be shown. This has been happening week after week. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing's been changed. Nothing's been changed. It's up to the players. It's up to the players to go out there and say enough's enough. You know what? Maybe this offense isn't the best offensive scheme, right? But when the ball comes my way, I'm coming down with it. Maybe we are outmatched on the defensive line. Whatever, when I get my pass rush opportunity, I'm going to win it. Maybe I do have a calf tear a little bit. But when that ball comes my way, I'm coming down with it. That's what had to happen, right? The Cowboys players, right? I know we have injuries, but the players have to decide enough's enough. And until they do so, teams week after week. So we have Bijan Robinson, then we have Saquon Barkley, and then we have Joe Mixon. You don't think these teams are going to test your run defense? You have to set the tone and say, you know what? You're not running on us no more. I mean, it's kind of cool to kind of get away with it, you know what I'm saying, when you're playing against the Giants, you know. But who is going to step up and say enough's enough? You're not going to run all over us no more? I don't know, but someone needs to do it, man. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, CFO Sports, man. Run it up, man. We're about to go crazy. Love it or hate it, draft season starts on tomorrow. Draft season starts tomorrow. We're doing our first film breakdown on draft player tomorrow. So say what you want. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want. It's coming tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I want to prepare y'all. Don't be like, oh, well, Tuck said, no, Tuck switching the draft. Nope. It's coming. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? Draft season starting tomorrow. I'll be posting draft content exclusively on CFO Sports, my YouTube channel. So give me a like over there. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. I want to say this again, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that support me. I cannot say that enough, right? So I know that sometimes when I lash out, I'm not talking to y'all. It's the other people. But just like I had a long conversation with my mentor and my team, I had to prepare myself for this, right? Tuck, if you want to be on the same level as Stephen A. Smith and, you know, and Shannon Sharp and, you know, Pat McAfee and Kay Adams and all these people, there's going to be more people that's going to attack you. They're going to talk about your family. They're going to talk about this. They're going to talk about that. They're going to talk about everything about you. They're going to lie and say that you were tied up in a basement in Dallas and some Cowboys fans jumped you and beat you, though you never seen a mark on my face. You know, there's going to be people that's going to lie and do all these things about you, Tuck. You have to man up and say, I don't care. Keep going forward and keep winning. I got to. I got to. And I have to learn that because all these people want from me is just a response, right? A response from me, a Twitter back and forth with me. It just makes their day. It just kind of helps. Like, I can't give them that, and it's going to continue to climb, right? And I agree, y'all. I need to be more like Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cut like Ford. I do not know how Dak does it where people can talk about his brother who's passed away and all sorts of stuff and his wife and his family and his kids and also and just remain focused on the ultimate prize, right? I give Dak the biggest kudos of that as a man because I'm not built. I'm more built from the dad's cloth. Like I'm you know what I'm saying? But I have to realize it's just a part of the territory. I thought about this last night when my mama spoke to me. She said, son, think about all the content creators. I'm not going to put anyone's specific name, but there was tons, right? In that 2020 class, right? It was me, there was Rome, and there was numerous others that you guys are familiar with. 5 years later, I'm still here. 5 years later, people are still watching my content. People are still following my Twitter. I'm getting opportunities. 5 years later, I am still here. And those same people who came in my class, they're no longer here. They ain't got channels no more. They don't do content. So you guys probably wouldn't be able to pick them out of a lineup. I am here for a reason. God picked me for a reason, but you guys picked me for a reason because you believe in me and you guys trust me with the content that I do, right? So I can't take that for granted. But I also can no longer jeopardize that for the people who are irrelevant and do no longer matter. So once again, y'all, it's a work in progress because it's not who I am. It's not me. For people who really know me, they know I get things shaking like that. Like even coming up, bro, like if it's on site, it's on site. Like I was the dude, if there's a problem in the club, ain't no talking, let's just get to it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I have to grow up and mature outside of that. You know what I'm saying? And I can't let the people who are against me or has you know what I'm saying, an axe to grind with me or whatever, impact what I do on a daily basis. My only commitment and focus is for you guys who support me. We're going to continue to climb. We're going to continue to do incredible content. We're going to smoke the draft. I'm going out to the Combine. I'm going to the Senior Bowl. I'm going to the Super Bowl. I think I might go to the Pro Bowl, depending if I can get my son to go with me, right? I might go to the Pro Bowl, right? We are going to continue to give you guys outstanding, uncompromised, unbiased content for the Cowboys fans' lens. And I know people are going to try to stop that, but I refuse to allow that to happen, man. So I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate all the support, man. Appreciate all the super chats. Like the channel. Listen, Cowboys Nation. Just lock in, support your team. What do you really have to lose? We have nothing to lose. Go out there and rep your team. Oh, and also, salute to XPix, my guy Des Bryant out there. Follow XPix24 on Twitter and Instagram. Also, we are building a YouTube channel. For those of you who saw, we went live last game. Not sure if we're going live today. I'll have to text him and ask. But, salute to everything. Nah. So, tune in to Dez, bro, because salute to Dez, man. And that's what I was saying yesterday. It's crazy that. Yeah, here he is. All right. You know what I'm saying? I got a Funko Pop. Got the Funko Popper, bro, right here. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite players of all time, right, calls me and says he believes in me, right? He believes in my content. He loves what I do. He sees my vision, and he wants to support that, right? Y'all don't know the biggest boost that has ever given me in my short career. I could have got it from anybody. And there's other people, there's other coaches, there's other people who say, yo, Tuck, we believe in you. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them as well. But getting it from him, because he ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to do that, right? For him to do that, it was the battery in my pack that I definitely needed. And I refuse to let some of these cowards behind these fake Abbeys and dog photos stop what God has in store, man. So I appreciate everyone. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and let's go get this win, Cowboys Nation.